Alright, so I think I'm live right now. This is just another one of those Hangout live streams. I'm currently at my other favorite intersection to watch in Toronto because of the phasing and the uniqueness to it. This is the Queensway and Sherway Gardens Road. Sherway Gardens Road has split phasing, as you can see. First northbound gets the green and then southbound. So now it's southbound's turn to go. One interesting thing about this intersection that makes this intersection special is that during the southbound split phase, there's also a green arrow for right turns the whole time as well. I don't know if you can really see it well from this angle, but yeah. That's only because there's no crosswalk at the west leg, and there's double right turn lanes for southbound too. And now eastbound and westbound receive a protected permissive left turn phase. The right turn overlap also comes on. Eastbound's actually going to get a continuation, or will they? No. Interesting. The westbound left turn phase terminated a few seconds sooner before eastbound did, but they still go green together. Interesting. Northbound's turn to go right now. Northbound and southbound operate as split phasing, by the way. First northbound and then southbound. Which also operates as semi-actuated to my knowledge, at least for northbound. When southbound gets the green light, southbound has a green ball with a left turn green arrow and a right turn green arrow for the primary signal because there's no crosswalk at the west leg. For southbound, each movement has 2 lanes, 2 left turn lanes, 2 through lanes, and 2 right turn lanes. So everything is dual here for southbound. And if there's a left turn call for eastbound, then the right turn green arrow will actually stay on when the southbound split phase terminates. Now eastbound and westbound will get their leading left, protected permissive. This is callable and extendable, by the way, as well. I still wish I knew what the maximum time is for the extendable protected permissive left turn for eastbound and westbound. That's something else I'm still trying to figure out. Because it seems to vary. The maximum green arrow time for eastbound and westbound seems to vary, because I think that the signals have to remain coordinated for the next intersection over at North Queen Street. I guess it might have something to do if, I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the left turn phase at the next intersection over extends. So yeah, the reason I'm live streaming here is not only because this is my favorite intersection, but this intersection also got some more recent upgrades. Nothing that major, but before this intersection was upgraded, only the eastbound left turn phase was extendable, but the westbound left turn phase wasn't. And the order of phasing used to be southbound would go first and then northbound, but they changed it back. And they also increased the maximum green time for southbound as well, for the southbound split phase. Okay, get both ways to get the green arrow this cycle. Hello, Ammo Cider. How's everything going? For those of you wondering why I'm live streaming at this intersection, this is one of my favorite intersections to watch, but also this intersection also got some recent upgrades. Nothing that huge. For signal phasing, there were just some minor upgrades that I recently found out about. Previously, for the eastbound and westbound protected permissive left turn phase, only eastbound can have the left turn phase extended, but not westbound. So if only eastbound gets the protective permissive green arrow, then it can extend. If both directions get the green arrow, then it extends the green arrow in both directions. But if only westbound gets the green arrow, then it is not extendable. I think westbound is extendable now. So one thing I'm trying to figure out here is, if I'm lucky enough to see only westbound get the green arrow, then we'll be able to find that out. I doubt very much that's going to happen though, because it's so busy today. Saturdays are really busy for shopping at Sherway Mall around here. So we're probably only going to see both directions get the green arrow for eastbound and westbound, but still, it's good to see it being well used. The other upgrades that happened here is that they actually switched the order of phasing for split phasing. Southbound used to get the split phase first, but now northbound gets the split phase first. And for the southbound split phase, which you'll see momentarily, when it's green for southbound, you'll see that the primary 4-section signal on the right also does a right turn green arrow because there's no crosswalk at the west leg. You'll see right here in a moment. Don't know if you can see well with this camera angle, but the southbound right turn green arrow is on, and the northbound, just southbound left green arrow is too. And when the southbound split phase terminates, the right turn green arrow actually stays on during the yellow and all red interval for a right turn overlap when the eastbound left turn phase receives a call. I agree with you 100%. There needs to be a lot more protected only or fully protected left turns. You would love Quebec when it comes to that. Oh yeah, so see, the right turn green arrow was staying on as an overlap for the eastbound and westbound left turn phase. I'm also watching the right turn overlap as well to see. Yeah, so the westbound left turn phase green interval terminated 2 seconds before the eastbound left turn green arrow did. And they actually still turn green together at the same time for through. Interesting. Wonder how they decide that. Really, I never knew that Europe has only protected lefts, except in the Netherlands. But other than that, I'm not really as familiar with the signals in the other part of the world. I'm glad they've protected only, though, or fully protected there. And I think that Toronto needs more fully protected lefts as well, especially at this intersection. The reason I selected a Saturday to watch this intersection is because Saturdays are really busy for shopping at Sherway Mall, so I figured this would be a good day to watch the left turn green arrow phasing green interval time maximize. Now it's southbound's turn to go. You know what? The camera quality isn't that good at all for live streaming, unlike my 4K camera. I don't know why it won't let me live stream in 4K, even though I have a film camera that does 4K. I think I'll cross at the next light, actually, just to get a closer look for you for the primary 4-section signal head that does the right turn green arrow for southbound. Which I'm actually going to take the next light for the northbound split phase here, actually. I 100% agree with you. Permissive left turns does allow for more preventable collisions. My insurance is already high, not because I got any tickets or collisions, because I have a clear driving record. I did not get any tickets, I did not get into any collisions, and I do not have any demerit points. The only reason my driving insurance is so high is because I didn't want to drive until I was almost 22 years old. And because of that, I don't have as much experience, they say, so. I'm actually going to take the next light to cross so I can get you a closer look at the primary 4-section signal head at the opposite diagonal corner. Yes, I bring my foldable chairs when I watch signal timing for long periods of time like that. That one was actually a gift. My mom bought that for me 2 birthdays ago. Thank you. Someone got cut off camera behind me. Alright, southbound's your next, and then the protected permissive left turns, then it'll be our turn to go. I also really think there should be a no right turn on red for northbound as well. Southbound is the only direction that has no right turn on red, but that's because southbound has dual right turns. Northbound and southbound have dual left turns as well. Oh, forgot to get a... it's terminating. I was too late. But there will be a right turn overlap if both ways get the green arrow. Okay, good. The right turn overlap does come on. Because both ways got the arrow. Fun fact, none of the right turn overlaps have an orange arrow. The right turn overlap only has a green arrow. Nothing is bimodal here for right turns. That was off. That long red interval was awfully long. I'd say it was too long because it encouraged those two drivers to jump ahead. Alright, I'm going to be at this corner for the next 1 or 2 cycles just to get a closer look at this primary 4-section signal head, because when it turns yellow, during the yellow and all red interval, the right turn green arrow will actually stay on. I know it's hard to see because for some reason YouTube doesn't let me live stream in 4K. Alright, so northbound will get the split face first, and then you'll get to see the southbound 4-section do its thing. Yeah, there's also a sign under that says except on green arrow, so the only time you can turn right during the red ball is if the right turn overlap is on. I still think that there should be a no right turn on red for northbound, just like what southbound has. Alright, so now southbound will get the split phase. There's the green ball and the right arrow. Southbound right turns are technically fully protected in this case because there's no crosswalk at the west leg, and the green arrow was always on during the green ball, so why not? Alright, so when the signal turns yellow, you'll see that the right turn green arrow stays on, and that only happens if there's a left turn call for eastbound. See right here. Okay, northbound gets it too. Both ways get it. Yeah, thank you very much for the caution. Don't worry, I don't cross without looking both ways either. And it looks like eastbound's going to get a continuation of the left turn phase. I haven't seen that yet here before. So now only eastbound has the green arrow, and the southbound right turn overlap continues. That's new to me. That change was not there. I've never seen that before here. What intersection? This is the Queensway and Sherway Gardens Road in Toronto. It's really the west end, also known as Etobicoke, but it's right before Mississauga. Sherway Mall's directly behind me, if it helps. I just really love this intersection. The way the signals are, the phasing, the fact that there's a right turn green arrow when the green ball is on, the way the right turn green arrow stays on as an overlap during the yellow interval, the protected permissive left turn phasing being extendable, the split phasing, etc. And the fact there's no leading pedestrian intervals here. Yeah, that's also something that I personally love about it. I mean, clearly there's barely any pedestrians that cross. It's actually busier than it usually is. I've never seen like more than 5 pedestrians within an hour whenever I'm here, but it's probably busy because it's Saturday shopping at Sherway. Alright, I'm going to cross back to the opposite diagonal corner next cycle, and one thing that I also noticed is note how there's 2 through lanes for the northbound approach, but at the northbound exit leg there's only 1 through lane. I don't know if they intended to do that and they just forgot to repaint the white dotted line, or if it's because they just did that on purpose for some reason. I'll show you from a closer angle when I'm halfway across when I'm crossing. Alright, it's going to terminate any seconds now. That driver didn't want to be on camera. It probably won't even capture his face based on how bad the quality is, so nothing for him to worry about. Okay, so the eastbound left turn green arrow interval terminated 1 second before westbound, but I think they're still gonna turn green together at the same time. Yeah, they did, all right. There's nobody turning right except that one person. He saw me. He's not even supposed to be turning right from that lane. There's a dedicated right turn lane. All right, so here, there's 2 northbound through lanes right there, and 1 right turn lane. But at the north exits, there's only 1 northbound through lane. I'm only standing here because I'm waiting for those guys to clear the crosswalk, by the way. I should really get to the curb, though. Now, if the city or province, whoever's in charge of this intersection, if the city did not intend to put 2 northbound through lanes at the exits, then what they should do is either make 3 northbound left turn lanes or make 2 northbound right turn lanes. That's just my opinion, though. The benefit about 2 northbound right turn lanes means right turns would have to be fully protected, and that would eliminate permissive right turns for the crosswalk I'm at right now. So I hope they do that. And it would also eliminate the need for a leading pedestrian interval because right turns would be fully protected. Alright, so I made the northbound phase a little longer than usual because obviously I made the pedestrian call, so either the southbound green phase will be a little shorter this time, or it'll cut into the eastbound and westbound left turn phase, which could omit the left turn phase. I don't know if that's a thing, but I've seen it happen. Yeah, the southbound left turn phase was much shorter this time because I called the pedestrian phase. Luckily, it doesn't omit the eastbound and westbound green arrow. The right turn overlap is still on for eastbound, so I think eastbound's actually going to get a continuation, even though the westbound's left turn phase terminated. Yep, now only eastbound has a green arrow, so eastbound is getting a continuation now. Now it's terminating. I still think the all red interval for the protected permissive left turn is way too long. It's like, it can range from 5 seconds to 9 seconds, depending if both directions terminate together or if one direction terminates a few seconds sooner. But yeah, for anyone that wants to see this intersection in person, this intersection is the Queensway and Sherway Gardens Road. I sometimes take the subway here to watch this intersection. I take the subway line 2 Bloor Danforth subway to Kipling Station, and then I take the 123 bus, which takes you from Kipling Station to the next intersection over. I hop off there and walk here. Unfortunately, there's no subway service on the portion of the Bloor Danforth subway today, I think from Jane to Ossington, so for that reason I drove here today by car. I also need to get my oil change at Mr. Louvre, so I'm due for that as well. So that's also another reason I decided to drive here. only eastbound got the green arrow this time. I'm actually a little surprised. For a Saturday, it's so rare for westbounds to not get the green arrow at this time of day. What I still have yet to see here is only westbounds get the green light and green arrow, the complete opposite of what just happened. Right now, there's only 2 westbound vehicles in the left turn lane, so that's probably why only eastbound got the green arrow. Even then, for a Saturday, it's pretty rare to see that happen, since Saturdays are usually very busy at Sherway Mall for shoppers turning onto Sherway. For those of you who just joined the stream, this is my favorite intersection, one of my other favorite intersections, the Queensway and Sherway. And one of the main reasons I'm here is to figure out all the new upgrades that just happens for the intersection signal timing. And I'm also trying to figure out if only westbound gets the green arrow, can the green arrow extend? Because I remember prior to the signal upgrades, for the protected permissive left turn, only eastbounds can extend the protected permissive left turn, but not westbound. So if only eastbound gets the green arrow, then it's extendable. If both directions get the green arrow, then it's extendable. But if only westbound gets the green light and the green arrow, then it does not extend. What I'm trying to figure out here is, if only westbound gets the green arrow, is that extendable? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I enjoy these things, you know, it's kind of a adventurous mystery to figure out these things. So I might figure it out for myself, so. I mean, chances are so unlikely. I don't think we're gonna see eastbounds not get the green arrow once, because eastbound left turns, you just go straight back to the 427 highway and the Garner Expressway. So I'd be very surprised if eastbound does not get the green arrow, even if it's just one cycle here. Eastbound's getting it for sure, because the right turn overlap green arrow was staying on during the yellow interval. Okay, good. Both ways get the green arrow this time, we get to see. Yeah, I noticed that too. This is like the only intersection that I've noticed where before changes, the maximum green time is like, I don't know how to explain it in words, but like this is one of the only intersections that I know of in Toronto where if both directions get the green arrow, then eastbound extends the green arrow in both directions. But that's before the upgrades though. I don't know if that's true anymore. I did manage to catch it on video earlier where there were only 3 vehicles in the westbound left turn lane, but there was a lot more for eastbound, and the westbound left turn green arrow terminated early, and the eastbound's green arrow continued on the green ball. Even if that happens to westbound, it'll still be good to know. I think this is an old controller, because I remember when I was very little, when I was like 4 years old, all these traffic signals used to all be Duraseg. The 4 sections were all 12, 8, 8, 12 sections. And the pedestrian signals, as you can see, are still Duraseg. And then when I was 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, they were upgrading all the signals to LFE, the way most of them look right now. And the eastbound's median 4-section signal was the only Fortran. And later on, this became a TCT. I think it is still a TCT, or maybe they changed it to a Fortran. But by then, all the others were LFE. And I remember the southbound median signal got knocked over in 2015, and then they changed it to a Fortran after that. Actually, that's a good question. How many signals got replaced from LFE since then? Well, I think I think that northbound section, 4 section on the left is also no longer an LFE. Can't really tell from this angle if that signal here is no longer an LFE. I think it's a Fortran though. Both of the southbound 4 sections are no longer LFE. And the eastbound primary 4 section is the only LFE left. I think there were some, nobody got the green arrow. How did that happen? Was somebody not properly on the detection zone, leaving too much of a gap? Well, I mean, westbound was only 1 car, so I get that for westbound. I'm actually very surprised. You know, the only thing that I could think of, if it doesn't have anything to do with the detection zone, with someone not being on the detection zone, when I was at the next intersection just over there at North Queen Street, I noticed that the signals are coordinated now. And for the longest time when I used to watch here, it never was coordinated. Knowing that these 2 intersections have the same cycle length, I wonder if there's an extended left turn call that happens at southbounds, if it extends a phase here too. Because I know they recently increased the maximum green time significantly for the eastbound, westbound, and southbound left turn phasing. And I wonder if it does that, then if it also automatically extends a phase here. Or maybe if the southbound phase maximum green time was taking too long, then maybe that could have omitted the left turn phase for eastbound and westbound. This is really interesting though. I'm actually really having fun figuring these mysteries out, I'm not gonna lie. That's what I really enjoy about watching signal timing, is if there's these mysteries that I could figure out. Okay, I'm gonna be paying attention to see how long the southbound green time lasts, if it's noticeably longer. Yeah, I noticed, I was speaking with a control person or someone who was installing the traffic signals, and he told me that they were installing some new intersections or upgrading intersections. There were 4 closely spaced intersections on Yonge Street where the cities did send messages between those 4 intersections. That's what I'm beginning to suspiciously think that might have been the case here too. I kind of think they should have a no U-turn sign though for eastbound, since southbound has dual right turns. That's just my opinion though. Never really thought of it because I don't really see people making U-turns a lot here. Well, yeah, you could be right, Ontario traffic, man. I think these 2 intersections could be the type where the city sends messages between them. Because I feel like one thing I noticed when I was here last time is that the maximum green time seems to vary when there was lots of people in the left turn lane in both directions that were continuing to extend the green arrow. The longest I've ever seen the green arrow interval here was either somewhere like 17 or 19 seconds. And at the next intersection, the maximum green time was around the same too. And there was only 1 cycle, like out of the 2 hours I was standing here, there was only 1 cycle where the maximum green time for eastbound at North Queen Street was like 30 seconds. And all those times was when people were continuing to extend the green. In the end, I actually don't know what could be the cause of that, but I just really enjoy figuring these mysteries out. One thing, for those of you who just joined the stream, one thing I also wanted to point out is that right here for the northbound approach, there are 2 through lanes. There are 2 lanes that can go straight, but there's only 1 through lane that can exit. So either they purposely made the through lane extra wide to make it as a merge, like operating as 2 lanes merging together, and they forgot to paint the lines, or if that was done on purpose and they, for some reason, expect people to squeeze by. The intersection I'm standing at right now, you mean? The intersection I'm standing at right now is the Queensway and Sherway Gardens Road. The next intersection over here, west from here, is the Queensway and North Queen Street. It's like the 3rd and 4th last intersection in Toronto before you enter Mississauga on the Queensway. The Queensway uses scoots. I did not know that, actually. Scoots referring to when there's an intersection where with a long cycle length, and then there's a side street intersection where the cycle length is half of that, right? Because I know they have that for the Queensway at Kipling, and then the intersection on Kipling at the Gardiner exit has a cycle length half of that time. Oh, scoots in the adaptive system. That would make a lot of sense, actually. I think, yeah, this has to be scoot then if that's the case. I read that Toronto's been increasing scoots at a bunch of intersections recently. So that must be why the maximum green time can also vary for the leading left turn for Harbour Street at Bay Street then. They're actually converting from scoots to scats. Interesting, actually. I never knew that they're converting scoots to scats. I had a meeting before. Okay, these drivers are not paying attention. I had a meeting before at the Toronto traffic office near Don Mills and Gateway, and they said that they use a lot of scoots, but they didn't really mention scats that much, so this is new to me. Another 2 sets of intersections where they do the same thing right here is at Shepherd Avenue and Don Mills Road, and Shepherd Avenue and the next intersection east from there. I don't remember what the street name is, but it's the parking lot access exits to Fairview Mall. They do this too. Where did you find the city report? I'd like to see that. It's actually clearing up a little bit for the southbound off-ramp. That's good. You know what? Speaking of scoots and scats, I wonder if the leading left turn that came on right now got omitted a while ago back, because if it got omitted because either the detector wasn't properly detecting, or maybe the next intersection over at North Queen Street could have also extended a phase to the maximum longer than usual, which might have, or shorter than usual maybe, which might have caused that. Because I know that the next intersection at North Queen Street is also semi-actuated, so if there's no pedestrian call, then the green interval can be shorter. It might have been a rare cycle where the green interval was shorter for North Queen Street. That might have shortened the green light over there, which might have omitted the leading left here before. It's on the city website. I'll have to check that out then. But yeah, back to the northbound approach here. They're gonna get their green right now, so I'll show you what I mean. Northbound has 2 through lanes to enter the intersection, but there's only 1 through exit lane right here to exit. So they either expect people to somehow squeeze and merge together, or they forgot to paint the dotted lines, or maybe they converted a second lane to shoulder space. This is just my opinion, but what I think they should do is either convert one of the through lanes to a third northbound left turn lane, or converts the one of the through lanes to a second right turn lane, which means either dual right turns or 3 left turn lanes. Dual right turns would probably mean right turns would have to be fully protected, and I would be good with that too, for fully protected right turns here. The only approach that does not have a dedicated turn lane, the only movement I'm referring to that doesn't have a dedicated turn lane, is westbound right turns, because there's no right turn lane. All other movements, including all left turns, right turns for 3 directions, have its own dedicated turn lane. Do the rest have? Yes, all the other 3 directions have a right turn overlap. But there's no orange arrow for the right turn overlap. Actually, eastbound's not going to get the green arrow this time because the right turn green arrow didn't stay on with the green. Is only westbound going to get the green arrow. Darn it, they didn't. I wanted to see only westbound get the green arrow because I wanted to see if that can extend itself. Oh, of course, the one time when eastbound doesn't get the green arrow, there's nobody in the westbound left turn lane, so we won't be able to find out. But yeah, I'll show you the signal heads. This is for the right turn overlaps. This is the northbound right turn overlap for the westbound's protected permissive. This is the eastbound right turn overlap signal for the northbound split phase. And then over here, there's the right turn overlap signal head. It also does the right turn green arrow when the light is green too, because there's no crosswalk on the west leg. And if there's an eastbound left turn call, then the right turn green arrow will actually stay on during the yellow and all red interval as it switches to a right turn overlap. The scoot plan stays in place for a few cycles, so maybe the current plan doesn't have an eastbound left. Yeah, I still don't know. I wish I knew how the signals decide whether to do the protected permissive left if there's lots of people in the left turn lane or not. There's one person in the second car is coming in the westbound left turn lane right now. There's already 3 in the eastbound left turn lane, so, and there's a lot more coming now. When it comes to only one direction getting the protected permissive left turn, then eastbound gets a lot more luck than westbound when it comes to that. So, because I'm looking to see if only westbound gets the green arrow, then I could be a while here, and I probably won't see it today because that would be so unlikely. Don't know if you can see from here, but the right turn green arrow is on for the southbound split phase as well. And if there's a eastbound left turn call, then you'll see that the right turn green arrow will stay on with the yellow interval and the all red interval as it goes to a right turn overlap. So the green arrow is still on for right turns. Eastbound's getting the green arrow. Westbound's, we don't know until the right... No, only eastbound's getting the green arrow this time. Probably only 2 vehicles in the westbound left turn lane. Let's see, is that going to be long? I know it's extendable. It was always extendable for eastbound. What am I saying? Well, yeah, like I was just saying, if you're someone that wants to see one way get a green light and a green arrow, then eastbound gets a lot more luck. Yeah, I could do that actually. I actually do that a lot for other intersections that I'm curious about. The only detectors that I know for sure are here is the left turn call detector where the third passenger car would stop. Otherwise, I don't know if there are any other detectors that do anything. I think northbound split phase also has detections at the stop line for all the lanes because it's semi-actuated. Southbound, I actually have never seen a cycle where there's nobody waiting before, so I'll have to figure that out. Maybe if I get a closer look, but I don't really... You know what? I think I'll cross westbound actually at the next light to get a closer look to see if there's detection. Something else I think should be done is, as long as they allow right turns on red for northbounds, I personally think that, I don't know if this would be a good idea, but I wonder if it would help improve the level of service if the northbound right turn lane is not able to extend the northbound split phase. Because a lot of the time it's just northbound right turns once everyone else clears. And that time could go to either southbound or more time for eastbound or westbound. Okay, eastbound's getting the green arrow for sure because the right turn overlap is on. Yeah, that's what I noticed too. I hardly ever, even if the green arrow was extendable, that can also be used for just one detection zone. One thing that I did manage to catch on video though is eastbound extended when westbound terminated. Okay, let's see if the southbound lanes have a detector. It doesn't really look like they do. I don't really want to film cars at a close spot because they might think I'm trying to get their license, which I'm not. But it doesn't look like that there are detections for the southbound lanes, not even the right turn lanes. Unless they have a hidden detector under the concrete that doesn't have a rectangular wire. Or maybe they have wavetronics. I'm actually going to get a look here to see if they have wavetronics or another camera detector. This is the only camera that I see for this intersection here. I've never seen a hidden detector in Toronto before though. I know the York region has a lot of them though. At least in the Highway 7 area. So yeah, this is the only camera that I can see. But I don't know if it's used for vehicle detection or if it's a surveillance camera. If there's no cameras, which I can't really seem to find one on the northbound signal poles or something. Maybe could that potentially be the camera used for the scats? Maybe. Well, at least we're gonna be at a closer angle at this point to see the right turn green arrow do its thing in the yellow interval. This is like one of the only very few intersections that actually has a right turn green arrow on the green ball the whole time, because when there's no crosswalk on that leg. That's something else I love. Oh, the southbound phase was shorter this time. But as you can see, the right turn green arrow stays on if there's an eastbound left turn call. Is only eastbound getting it? No, both ways are getting it. Yeah, I mean, the right turn lanes are empty because the right turn overlap is on with the protected permissive, but actually, you know what? I think I am kind of seeing a detector. It's really hard to see because the wiring seems to be the same color as the asphalt. I'm gonna cross back to get another look. It's this here. I don't know if you can see it well, but like it looks like there might be some sort of wires that are only visible when the asphalt is not black. Okay, there's nobody in the eastbound left turn lane, so that's clear for us. Maybe it is a patch. I could be going crazy about it thinking it's a detector. I honestly really have no idea. It's just so hard to tell. The way that the lines align though kind of makes it look like one. Maybe another adventurous mystery to find out. Oh, someone called the pedestrian signal. Don't worry, it wasn't me. So that's why I saw lots of flashes. Yeah, most stop-ready detectors that I saw, normally they don't just go across the whole lane, but it usually goes a little bit past the stop lane. I would say like a couple feet or maybe 1 meter at most. Some detectors are longer than others though, so it might also have something to do with that if it's a truck route. What else? Maybe it's because, yeah, that's the only reason I can think of, but at the same time I actually don't know, because at Eglinton Square, at Eglinton Avenue, you know where O'Connor Drive becomes Eglinton Avenue? Eglinton Square, sorry, where O'Connor Drive finishes, and at Victoria Park, and it turns into Eglinton Square. There's dual right turn lanes over there, but the 4th section doesn't do a right turn green arrow on the green ball, even though there's no crosswalk at the east leg. Or I'm seeing a lot of flashes, but I'm not seeing anybody running the red light. I know there's a red light camera here. Not as many eastbound vehicles in the left turn lane as usual. Can it extend for westbounds? The right turn overlap just terminated for eastbounds. Will it extend into westbound? Probably not, actually. It's probably going to actually turn green all at the same time together. We'll never know if westbounds can be longer than eastbounds for the protected permissive. Oh, wait a minute. I know what's happening. I know what we're with the flashes. They're doing maintenance with the red light camera over there. So that's what happened. When they do red light camera maintenance, they flash. Well, at least it's because at least nobody ran the red light. I'm just glad it's because they're only doing maintenance. Okay, the first 2 cars are already coming in the westbound left turn lane. Are we going to be lucky to see only westbound get the green arrow? There's no pedestrian call this time. First eastbound, nope. Everyone's coming into the left turn lane now. The first 3 cars are already coming. Wow, northbound split phase was shorter than usual because there was nobody in the right turn lane approaching. Yeah, I guess the only way to figure out if the southbound split phase is fixed time or if it's callable and extendable, as well as the eastbound and how the eastbound and westbound left turn phase come on, I guess really the only way would be to know the signal timing plan. But I find it more fun to just figure these things out on my own and just observe and see what happens. I noticed that there's a bunch of red light, right turn on red violations for southbound. And I think it also might have something to do with that for one of the lanes or so, the stop line is kind of at a tilted angle. So I think the signage needs to be more visible. I mean, there's literally 4 signs actually for the southbound approach that say no right turn on red except on green arrow. There's one over there where the primary southbound signal head is. There's one over there for the westbound 4 section on the left, and there's one over there where the median westbound 4 section signal is, and then there's one near side. You can't see it now because it's behind the truck. I don't know, maybe signage is visible. But I would say, I feel like this would be a case where an oversized sign would be handy. Like a giant, no right turn on red except on green arrow sign. Or even the sign that says, no right turn on red, proceed on green arrow only, instead of except on green arrow. Yeah, right here, this is the 4th sign that the truck was in front of. I just think they should make the signs bigger if 4 signs is not enough. Honestly, I think some people do it on purpose, but at the same time, when I watch drivers doing it, when I look at what they're like, which direction they're staring at, they appear to be more focused on westbound traffic than looking forwards. I wish I knew why it happens though. I think it does have to do with that though. I mean, normally a sign the size it is right now is fine, but for a big intersection like this, I feel like a giant sign saying no right turn on red, except on green arrow, or proceed on right turn green arrow only would be good too. Alright, so far nobody entered the eastbound left turn lane. Maybe this could be the cycle where we're lucky enough. The first 3 cars are already in the westbound left turn lane, so maybe this could actually be the cycle. Nope, the first eastbound left turn vehicle is coming in the left turn lane now. Second one's entering the left turn lane now. Ah, the third one's coming. We're not going to get to see if only westbound gets the green light green arrow, if that's extendable. The northbound split phase is terminating now. One thing I actually, even if both directions get the green arrow, I've seen the westbound's green arrow for left turns terminate, but the eastbound's green arrow turn green. Like the eastbound green bulbs turn green with the eastbound green arrow. So I wonder if there's only like 3 or 4 cars in the eastbound left turn lane, but if drivers continue to extend westbound, I wonder if it can extend in favor of westbounds. That might be enough information, or to know if only westbounds can extend the westbound green arrow. I really hope the westbound left turn lane is full. No, it's not gonna. I don't know, let's see. Nope, they both turn orange at the same time. Must have been because the maximum green time was reached at another intersection at North Queen Street, or maybe there was a shorter phase than usual there. Are you referring to a no right turn on red except on green arrow sign or something for the second sign that you're referring to? Or is it a different sign? Oh, fully protected, right. I mean, southbound technically does have fully... I mean, right turns are technically fully protected for southbound here. So yeah, technically it is actually true that right turns can only proceed on the green arrow. They just don't have fully protected 3-section right turn signal heads, that's all. I mean, as long as... Since there's no leg on the west leg, I'm perfectly... I don't know, actually. I would be tempted to add a second signal head just in case one of the green arrows is not working for the right turn green arrow. But at the same time, I don't know if the city can... I mean, I'm sure they can afford that. Maybe they can add a median signal right here for southbound right turns. The same median signal as the westbound median signal. If a lot of drivers tend to be facing diagonal towards the right, then another southbound right turn signal would be a good idea on that median here. They have that at Shepherd Avenue East at the Fairview Mall access for the northbound approach. Right where the Shepherd subway line is, or finishes. I think the all-right interval was like 6 or 7 seconds. Yeah, I like that though. I would like if they put a second fully protected right turn signal on the median slightly closer. I'm glad Ottawa does that at least. Toronto needs it too. To see more at highway exits. I mean, this is a highway exit. It's one of the fewer that doesn't. Kennedy Road in Scarborough, the 401 eastbound off-ramp has a right turn signal for the westbound approach. And I know that Kiel does too for the westbound off-ramp for the eastbound approach. And the 404 and Finch Avenue northbound off-ramp southbound approach has one. I'm trying to think of what else I remember off the bat. Referring to median secondary right turn signals, by the way. How's my phone? Okay, good. I still got some battery in my phone. Oh, it's already past 5 o'clock. Holy, time is flying. I'm enjoying watching this intersection probably is why. Well, I didn't realize it was 5 o'clock already, but I would actually prefer to wait until next time someone else wants to cross, because I don't want to hold the Queensway longer, but at the same time I should get going soon because there's a couple intersections I want to see. They actually just activated the new signal heads at Eglinton, I think Grenoble. It's right between the Don Valley Parkway off-ramp and Don Mills Road. They just activated those new signals, I found out. And I know that westbound has fully protected either left turn or U-turn signals. Eastbound has protected permissive left turns. And what I have yet to find out is, did they activate the signals right at where the new bus driveway is? I'm really curious to find out how that's going to be timed. So I should get going soon, but I don't. At the same time, I wish I could stay here to find out if only westbound gets to green arrow is that extendable. But I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon because the eastbound left lane is filling up a little more now. So All right, one more cycle, and then I'll cross back to the opposite diagonal corner to where I parked. But before I end the stream, I'm going to get a closer look at. I'm going to get a closer look at this signal because I don't know why my phone has the option to do 4K camera quality, and I always use 4K whenever I videotape. For some reason, YouTube doesn't want to let me live stream 4K. It just doesn't even give me the option of what type of quality I'm doing. When did I start? I actually started. I've been live streaming. It says I'm 66 minutes and 10 seconds into the live stream, but I was here for a good at least 20 minutes before I started live streaming, just to make sure that I had enough phone battery and I had enough memory space. I'm planning to, unless I otherwise say later, I'm planning to release this live stream to the public, but comments won't be active once the live stream is over though. Comments are only active right now. And I forgot to mention, live streaming 4K would be so much bandwidth. My phone camera does have a widescreen option for 4K though. But yeah, you're probably right. It's not going to happen where you see only westbound get the green arrow, unless someone is not properly stopped on the eastbound detector, or if for some reason something gets omitted, then it's probably not going to happen. But yeah, I am very pleased to announce, by the way, that since I started holding comments since I made all comments being held for my videos, like there is a significant reduction in spam on my channel, so I'm very pleased to announce that, and I think it's working. Some videos most videos, not all of them, some videos will still have comments active and enabled. Some videos I just prefer to not have comments active because I'm just concerned about, like, I didn't have a good experience. I had a negative experience with, like, you know, spamming and lack of privacy on other social media platforms. So I actually got rid of all social media except YouTube. So yes, I got rid of Facebook. I permanently deleted Instagram. I got rid of Snapchat. I got rid of LinkedIn. I got rid of, like, pretty much everything except YouTube. For X, known as Twitter, it says I have an account there, but I didn't create one. It just probably signed in with Google or something. But yeah, I only use YouTube for social media. Comments will still be active though for some videos, but most videos comments won't be active because I'm just worried about spamming. And honestly, I just find Toronto a heated, like, you know, transportation discussion city, and I'm just used to getting it, like, you know, there being heated conversations about, like, what should be done. I attend all these public consultation meetings, and then it got all heated. I wasn't involved in anything, but there was a lot of angry people in the crowd booing when the city was proposing something that most of the crowds didn't like. So I will often disable comments if I predict that something could result in a heated discussion. Thank you, driver. But other than that, and by the way, it's not something I want to do. I always want to keep, like, comments, like, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Sometimes if it's spam comments, I know that most of you don't spam. I trust all of you, especially the true fans, but there are some spam comments that I just don't like to even see, and sometimes seeing it too much can be annoying. I promise you, I know it's none of you, I promise that. I know that you are true fans, and I greatly appreciate your support, and I want to thank you for attending this live stream. But don't worry, I'm not ending the live stream yet. When I get to the other side, I'm going to wait one more cycle because this is the same corner that has the 4 section that does the right turn green arrow on green. So I'm gonna just wait one more cycle so I can get a close-up angle of that, because my phone quality on YouTube doesn't want me to go beyond the way it is right now. Alright, it's this signal head right here I'm gonna be getting a close-up angle of. Great time it's gonna land. Yeah, this was a really good live stream. I mean, I'm parked way further that way. I would. Oh, they're done. Normally, I park right at the corner where that Sherwood Garden sign is, but I couldn't park there because they were actually doing motorcycle training classes. So I parked like way further, closer to the mall. But I'm still gonna wait here to get a video of that southbound's right turn green arrow. Yeah, right here, as you can see see how, like, for the rightmost right turn lane, the stop line is in a position where drivers are kind of like facing diagonal towards the right. So a right turn signal head with signage, with bigger signage on that pole would be a good idea, as you stated. All right, so now the moment we've been waiting for, one of the moments we've been waiting for, I'm gonna get a closer up angle here. So it's one of the very few intersections in Toronto where there's no crosswalk on that leg, the right turn green arrow is on the whole time. All right, so I'm gonna keep my zoomed in angle on that because I'm relying the eastbound's gonna get the green arrow, as it almost always does. You'll see that when the southbound signal turns yellow, the right turn green arrow will stay on if there is an eastbound left turn call. Yeah, right here. I 100% agree, Ontario Traffic Man. That's something that I actually advocate for. If there is no crosswalk on that leg, then the right turn green arrow should always be on the whole time it's green, so that drivers know that, I mean, really, it's supposed to be protected only when that's the case, and it could also deter pedestrians from crossing that lake too. I've seen it successfully deter a pedestrian from crossing at that lake successfully, in which otherwise it probably wouldn't have. There's a bunch of intersections where they should have this too, especially for the northbound approach, Eglinton Square at Eglinton Avenue, where O'Connor Drive ends. That would be one too. On Leslie Street, whatever, I don't remember what the street name is, but like Leslie Street just south of Shepherd's, the next intersection south, there's they avoids, yeah, I 100% agree with you. It gives people a more direct understanding, basically, that it really not supposed to cross there and drivers are supposed to turn. In Toronto, it's needed, I'll tell you. But yeah, you know, I'll do one more cycle because there's nobody in the eastbound left turn lane right now. And there's 2 cars in the westbound left turn lane. No, the first 3 cars are already coming in the eastbound left turn lane. It's probably not going to be seeing only westbound get the green arrow, but oh well. Or wait a minute, the first 2 only are in the eastbound left turn lane. No, 3rd one's coming now. There's only 2 in the westbound left turn lane. In the Netherlands, we have a problem with drivers failing to yield when turning because they often just use the green ball, even though the turns are also protected. You mean like when drivers turn? You mean like when drivers turn right on a green ball, they treat it as a green ball even though it's a green arrow? You mean? Let me just read that again. Yeah, I wish that right turns would be fully protected a lot more too. Quebec City has my favorite policies of all time when it comes to minimizing permissive movements as much as possible. They treat other intersections as if they're protected. You mean treating the green arrow as a green ball? Treating the green ball as a green arrow is what you mean, right? I see, yeah. I hope to do another trip to Quebec very soon, but it's probably going to be a very long time because not doing as good financially, but hopefully that'll change soon. Hope to get some more videos of the Quebec's fancy horizontal signals. Quebec City is my favorite policies of all time because there are no such thing as permissive pedestrian movements. All pedestrian movements are fully protected, either having all crosswalks come on at the same time when all traffic is stopped, or they'll use fully protected left turn signal heads, fully protected right turn signal heads, or a through arrow lasting the whole time as the pedestrian phase. But probably gonna do more the Longueuil-Brossard area, or La Prairie maybe, North Shore, Montreal Island. But yeah, my goal is to move there as soon as I can, but it could be several years at this point. Still need to learn some French. I have some French lessons to take. Oh yeah, I forgot I could see the signal head too from that angle. Well, I think I'm gonna head back now because I still want to see the other intersection at Eglinton and I think it's Grenoble. But thanks for attending the live stream and chatting. I really enjoyed that. I'm gonna try to see if YouTube will let me release this video publicly. I detest the traffic engineers and policymakers are allowed to engineer conflict points with blank pedestrian crossings, sprints, or turns. Okay, see you soon, everyone. I don't know when the next time I'll be live streaming is. I can't really predict when I live stream because I just don't know when when I'll become busy or when I'll not be busy. So it's unfortunately those are things I can't really predict. But I don't think this will be the last time I'm live streaming. Yeah, I love investigating these things. I hope to do another one of those soon. The question is, I just don't know which intersections to do it at yet. All right, see you, everyone. I'll try to see. I'll see if YouTube will let me post this publicly once it loads. But other than that, have a good one, everyone, and a good weekend.